So I grew up with British parents, and British parents are many cool things, but one thing they're not is communicative. They didn't express their emotions openly. They didn't invite that inquiry. I grew up in a very loving house, but it was never demonstrative. It was never talked about. So I wasn't really good at the emotional world. And I remember as a young man in relationships later that I had, I'd be asked by her, what are you feeling? And I wouldn't be able to access the answer. And I wanted to, but I couldn't. It's like, it wasn't available. And super frustrating. It was like a part of me that I didn't know how to know. I didn't know that part of me. So my name is Nicholas Wilton, and this is Art to Life, and I'm talking about knowing. I'm talking about knowing yourself and knowing about decisions, because that's the practice of art making. And this is the biggest challenge for artists, especially in the beginning or even the first few years, learning how to know what part of themselves, how to answer what it is. The biggest question I get is, and this is super, super common across the board, well, I don't know what to do next. I actually don't know what I like. And I can so relate to that, because I knew that on a personal level. I knew that for most of my life. And I think possibly I went into art because art making is the practice of knowing yourself. And the more you know yourself, the more you can choose between a red color and a yellow color and know that you like this over that. Your art just gets better and better and personal and more personal. But in the beginning, for everybody, I think it's really hard to know what you like. And that's half the fun, actually, to determining what it is you want to make with your art. Like that's a great inquiry and a journey. So how do we get better at this? Well, the way we get better at this is we just go on our hunches. We just intuitively try something. There isn't some way to get better at this except by making choices and then evaluating what we've done. You have to just intuit it. You just have to feel it, kind of trust it, and go for it. And that it's the repetition of doing that discernment gets better. So we're alone in our studios doing this, but we're actually not alone. And we're collaborating with our intellect and our intuition. Those two characters are in us, and that's the conversation. And early on in my life, it was all intellect. I couldn't intuit. I didn't know the other side. But in our art, to make the art fully, to be a full human being, we need both of those. We need intuition. We need to be engaged with what is our soul saying, what we feel. We need to know that. The more we're in touch with that, the more powerful our art comes, and as well as our life, all the decisions, all the things we choose to do and the things we avoid, all those, we get better and better at that when we become more sensitive, become more conscious, more aware. So that's how you get better at it. But those are the two pieces, the intuition and the intellect, that we're working with in our studio to put our art together. That improvement in that, our abilities that get better and better and better, generally what I've seen is you become happier. Your art gets better. It gets easier. You get more, you feel more alive. You're all in congruence. Everything's going in the same direction. So I just love this idea that our art making is this practice. the practice of becoming ourselves, fully ourselves, both part, our intellect and our intuition. So leave a note in the comments. I'd love to hear how you think about this, how you feel when you make your work, and how you go back and forth between the intellect and the intuition. All right, thanks a lot. I hope you have an awesome Sunday. And again, join us if you're new here in the Art to Life Free Facebook group. There's some amazing work being done there, and it's just got a whole ton of energy. All right, okay, thanks. Hey everyone, if you found this helpful, I have a whole lot more to teach, share, and inspire you with every single week. So please join the Art to Life YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Okay, great, let's do this.